crazy we have now gotten 6 seasons of the new era. And despite the new era also caused a lot of controversy and causing a lot of ups and downs with the community, and some people saying he ruined Survivor and everything, like, there was definitely a criticism of the new era, and they are warranted. They are warranted. But doesn't mean any good came out of the new era, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Talk about from 41-46, talking about the 10 new era contestants that I enjoyed the most. Pretty much the contestants that I had the most fun with, the ones that I had the most enjoyment with, ones that I enjoyed had smart spots on my face, and ones that just bring back to why I love about Survivor. And despite the fact that New Era was the issue, the casting has always been a big pro in most of these seasons. Maybe aside from 41 and maybe also 44 to an extent. Most of the casting has been pretty done, and most of the casting in general have been pretty great, honestly. So it did make this a pretty tough list, or I did have to make some deep, devastating cuts. But these are personally the 10 new era contestants that I enjoyed the most, whether it be just more, not just the gameplay, but also just from character and personality level. As always, this is my personal list. I'm not always my personal opinion. I probably should say that, but that's already need to be said. And I would generally love to know your ranking down in the comment section. This is the Cyrus Encyclopedia here, and here are my top 10 best Survivor New Era contestants. Kicking off the list at number 10, we have, and also number 9, number 10 and number 9, we have both Owen and Cassidy, the third place finisher and second place finisher from Survivor 43, with Owen at number 10 and Cassidy at number 9. And they're both very likable players, both that have pretty interesting stories throughout their runs. Of course, Owen basically being the clone of Charlie Brown, someone who really wanted to make moves, a huge fan of the show, someone who really wanted to make moves, someone who tried desperately to get control, but just constantly failed every time. Like, obviously very similar to Jake from 45, who was probably the last fortunate con on this list. But Owen is still a very likable player. He was still a likable presence where you did want to root for him, but which made you feel bad for him when he actually ended up feeling. Yeah, but he is a pretty well-liked player, honestly. He is a very great player, and he's one of the players on this list I would not mind seeing return. And Sim Cassie as well. I think she's definitely proven on the challenge that she's definitely someone that's destined to be a great reality TV character, and she definitely very proven that here. We're having a nice storyline, having some pretty interesting moments throughout her run, and just being a very likable presence. Honestly, I don't have much to say about Owen Cassidy. They're just likable, fun, have great character moments, and that's all I'm gonna say. Sorry. And now at number 8, we get to actually the first winner on this list. That's why it's not the only one you actually will see on this list, but at number 8 we have Dee from Survivor 45, the winner of that season. Again, I love Dee. I love Dee. Like, she's definitely one of the more predictable winners on this list. I think of all the new era players, she, along with another winner we'll get into, is probably one of the more predictable ones. Obviously, 41, 42, 43 had more abnormal winners. And 44 was a little more in line, but it was still kind of surprising. Well, 46 are pretty much more predictable ones. And Dee was definitely still a likable one, someone who actually played some impressive gameplay on this season, someone who had a great social game where people didn't even want to target her. That's how great she was, honestly. Honestly, she was good at challenges, had just so many fun character moments. I mean, the scene involving her third was like weird, but kind of funny at the same time. And she's just very like giddy, goofy, and just can't help but admire her whenever she's on the screen. Which definitely made her wins by predictable are very satisfying. Number 7, we have Jesse, also from Survivor. Yeah, you're already getting the 40 people out of the way, but you knew Jesse was going to be on this list. Honestly, like he's here just on pure gameplay alone, because of all people on this list, he's definitely up there being the best player in the new era in terms of gameplay. By having a great social game, having some pretty nice maneuvers, a lot of that shiny moments 43 were because of his maneuvering, honestly, and his planning and everything, such as how he got rid of Nolan on the game, and how he's able to steal Janine's idol. Like, it's pretty impressive stuff. And of course, there's no move in the final 6 where you basically backstab his ally Cody, which of course, obviously, ended up biting him in the ass. Which kind of caused him to win on, so when people realized, oh shit, we should hear Jesse now. And that's what happened. But Jesse was a great presence. He even has some nice fun character moments that do elevate him to be on this list. So yeah, no complaints. Speaking of characters, at my number 6, we have another winner on this list, and that is Mary Ann, the winner of Survivor 42. Fortunately, the only 42 player on this actual list. As a lot of them actually weren't in our mentions, but Mary Ann, I always love Mary Ann. I still do love Mary Ann. Again, one of the more over-the-top winners, honestly. Though, again, similar to Erica and Gabler and maybe Ginger to an extent, you wouldn't expect someone like Mary Ann to win the season. And yet, somehow she did end up winning the season. I may not have the best pre-match game, but the more she went on, the more great she was in the game, the more great social she was. Of course, just her impressive newbie in the final 6, which actually cleared final touchdown, so it's what led her to win the game. It gave probably one of the best final trial performances that we have seen in quite a while. Again, she's just very goofy, entertaining, and just can't help but love her when she's on screen. Like I said, I'm always geared towards like people that have like character moments and have hilarious, just have the true genuine character moments. And Marianne did have a lot of that throughout the season, which definitely made her win very while being a little like really, but also satisfying at the same time. Unlike the last one, unlike with Erica, where when Kai just came out of nowhere, he was like, okay, I mean it's a blue out there, but I can never see that. So yeah, no complaints about Marianne. She's definitely opposite on this list, and she's an incredible winner and just a very likable presence. Now we're in top 5 people. At number 5, we have Kenzie from Survivor 46, the winner. That's we're already getting to another winner on this list, and that is Kenzie. Yes, Kenzie made the top 5 people. Kenzie made the top. I'm not sure how controversial that's going to be, because I know people are really upset about Charlie winning and saying that Maria voted for Kenzie. Like, what? And her reason, like that's a story for that's a whole story came with it. But yeah, I've always liked Kenzie as a winner. Honestly, she's one of the people I liked from the very beginning, obviously. Well, yeah, I'm not huge on how she treated Bonu, but aside from that, she pretty much is a likable winner. She is a very cool presence. She had a great storyline for her being on that tribe that ended up losing every mini challenge. And she's all the definition of that. Yeah, sometimes social games can outlaw strategic games, where everyone adored Kenzie, everyone loved her, everyone wanted her to win, and she did it by 5-3 votes. And she's one of the players that just can't help but love her on screen, not because of her great story. And again, I think on a storytelling perspective, I think her win definitely makes a lot of sense. But just don't have just a big smile, has some really weird lines and moments, but it's moments that really elevate the season and make you really connect with Kenzie as a character. That's right. And there wasn't any reason why she's only about Marianne. She was just a lovable presence that honestly I can see myself appreciating more the more I think about it. But I think number 5 as right now is the perfect spot for Kenzie. Number 4. We now get to my favorite player of 45, and you probably should see this coming. At number 4, we have Emily. Emily's a weird case, honestly, because obviously in the previous episode, she was probably destined to be the first boo, someone who was very unlikable and very just not that great socially, or was pretty terrible socially. but then she got the break with Hannah Quinning, and after that she basically helped taught her to actually try to be a social game. Again, Emily has one of the best character arcs that we have seen on Survivor. So her basically was solely going to be the first one voted out, and actually got better as the game went along, got better as a player, got better as a social role player, and she was a very great presence. Like, she was basically the main character for a majority of the season, which, while that definitely makes her out of nowhere elimination kind of surprising. I mean, like, it's definitely not out of nowhere, but people didn't expect Emily to at least win, or at least make it near to the end at least, or at least a little bit farther than certain place. But yeah, I absolutely love Emily, honestly. I think her character arc is definitely, like how alone her character arc is what puts her in the top 4. She's just great, has a great likable presence after her first episode. Just has a really great fun character moments, and after that first episode, just can't help but love whenever she's on screen from those character moments. Now we are at the top 3 people, and coming in at number 3, we have the latest person from 46. And I'm pretty sure you guys were inspired to make this sign, and that is Q from 46, the Stickless finisher. I think Q is going to come down to one of the best characters in Survivor history. He's the definition of a top tier character. Again, he was part of the same losing tribe with Kenzie, and just every line he had is just weird, up kilter, but just hilarious. He definitely had those many great moments throughout the season, But it is really the final 10 episodes where cemented him as an all-time great character. Just everything he's done in that Tribal Council and everything he's done throughout, like, it is fucking insanity. Anyway, he kind of blows up game and has a lot of great moments afterwards, but you know, he was kind of on the whole like Liz meltdown situation that happened in the final 8. And there just gets crazy antics and insanity throughout. They're just, you can't help but just enjoy his presence on screen. I feel like he's had a lot of winners, but that's pretty much true for a lot of the wins on this list. You just can't help but enjoy their presence on screen. And Q is definitely the definition of that. Obviously, if we do end the game return, when we do get points to 50, he's definitely one of the players on this list I do expect to get a lock spot for 50, honestly. I know it's probably a lot of people want 50, but I think Q is a guaranteed lock spot on that season. And now we get the top 2, people. And personally, my top 2 is pretty obvious. My top 2 was pretty definitive, honestly. And honestly, both of them actually are from my least new era season 44. You can tell they're Jam Jam and Carolyn. I can tell that they were still going to be my top 2 even while analyzing this list, and I was right, they were still my top 2. Both are very similar players that just have very over-the-top personalities and characters that are just very out there, insanity, but like some of the a lot of the people I talked about in this video, but still very unique. I mean, Carolyn pretty much started the season by having a reluctant flashlight. She basically plays that kooky, sane, off-kilter type of character, basically kind of like Nora from Out of the Idols. But here she was a lot more human this time around. And of course, has a very tragic backstory and makes you really connect to Carolyn. And I love every single second of Carolyn was on screen in 44. Like, she boosted that season up just by her presence alone. While it's fortunate she ended up winning the season, I still couldn't get enough of her screen time. And same with Jam Jam, honestly. Jam Jam, I think, is also an all-time great character. He's one of the characters that, he's that one of the he's like Carolyn, he's one of those characters that's probably going to do great and deliver some greatness on any season that he's part of. Like, he could be like 2, 3, or 4 more times, and I would still love Carolyn. I would still love Jam Jam. I would still love every time that he's on screen. Yeah, pretty much feels similar to Carolyn as well. Again, both have great storylines, have great moments, and they were pretty much the stars of 44, for better or for worse. Again, another case where their presence really affected a lot of the other camp. Again, 44 was a weird season, so I don't know any details on that. But which would be number 2, number 1, honestly? It's a very just thin line, honestly. But my number 2 is Jam Jam, and my number 1 is Carolyn. Carolyn is still personally my favorite player from the era, and it's gonna take someone a lot to knock her off, which I'm pretty sure probably will for 47, 48, and maybe 49. But as of right now, Carolyn is by far my favorite player of the era. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed me discussing my top 10 best new era players. Let me know down below in the comment section what are your favorite players from the new era. Are you excited for Star 50? Are you excited for any new seasons? What are your favorite, at least favorite things in the new era? Everything in between, let me know down below in the comment section. I got a lot of exciting videos I also do plan on doing a top 10 best episodes of the new era. So, this is that. This is the Style Encyclopedia. Signing off.